Welcome again to Atheists Say the Darndest Things. We cover so many subjects. Mostly we cover a lot of atheistic quotes and explain what they mean and often uh, what's wrong with that quote. But tonight again, I've got various interests, and I think they're all things passing through a Christian mind. So you'll soon find that I'm not restricting Christian ideas and Christian thoughts to a very narrow path. And one of them is this, a quote by Jeremiah Burroughs, who's a great Puritan. And I greatly admire him, that's all. And for his character as well as his thinking. And he said once, this world has everything I want and nothing I need. Everything I want and nothing I need. I've thought about that over and over. That's really true. This world has everything I want and nothing I need. What I need is for that world that never ends, where time doesn't exist. That's where my treasure is. That's where the king is that I want to see. That's where real joy is. That's where happiness is, which is so elusive here in this changing world and this troubled world. It won't be, it'll be everything. And I'll be everything there that I want to be, meaning I'll be sinless in that world. I won't have to fight the battle of sanctification that I now find myself in, the one that Paul finds himself in Romans 7. That will be a history to me. So this world has everything I want, nothing I need. So my treasure needs to be in heaven because my heart will be there. That's what the scripture says about it, and you know it's true in your case. If your treasure is here, your heart will be buried here. You'll be like another Puritan said, twice buried man. Your heart's already buried in this world before your body is, okay? Don't be that man. Don't be the twice buried man. Be the man whose heart's in the highlands, who's always thinking about heavenly things and doing things because he's headed to heaven in that eternal land and not spending his hour on earth, okay? So I also, this idea of wants and needs came up earlier in my life with a woman named Frances Ridley Havergal, who wrote several hymns, some of which you'll remember, ones like Take My Life and Let It Be. There was a period in my life where I was divorced and unmarried, a period of years, and I didn't know that Lois would be down the road for me and be exactly what I needed. So I decided I wasn't smart enough to have women on my menu because I was such a poor chooser. So I elected to read a lot of things by Frances Ridley Havergal. That'll probably creep you out. And she was a great songwriter, but she was a homely, lonely woman, never married. And I thought, oh, I'll just tell her laughingly how much I admired her from afar, because she's already long dead now, and way before I was born, even. But she had this idea, a little book called Kept for the Master's Use that I read. It's a little book, tiny little book. If you ever see it, Kept for the Master's Use, it's really a wonderful little book. And she's talking about giving lessons, music lessons, to the kids in her neighborhood and those kind of things. And she says she would go to the grocery store and she'd look at the people and she would say, the money I have today, I have some wants. After I've got my needs met, I have some wants. Is there anybody else in this store who has a want where my money should go rather than, has a need rather than a want? Let me say it better again. She said, I have my needs met and I have my wants. But before I come to my own wants, she would say, I saw that lady standing over there. She has needs and she doesn't have the money for her needs. My money should be spent on her needs before they're spent on my wants. Now, if you don't wonder why I admired Frances Ridley Havergal, that's the reason. And I would still enjoy seeing her in heaven and introducing my Lois to her, by the way. And then I want you to think about Jeremiah Burroughs' idea that this world has everything you want and nothing that really is lasting. Therefore, you don't need it. You need lasting things. Everything lasting is in that other world.